Story number 2 is related to the king and the old lady. He was very lecher person who was always surrounded by girls. He used to drink all the times and he couldn't find her queen yet. The one he could accept by heart and marry her. Nearby that place 2 old women used to live. They barely come out of their homes and were unmarried too. This was obvious that they would die there alone, but their voices were very sweet. Their voices didn't seem old. One morning when one of them was singing, the king listens to her voice. The king was inspired by the voice and he follows it. The old woman returns home, sparking even more curiosity in the king to see her. He thinks as if she was a beautiful girl who was shy of her. One of her was named Dora and other was Emma. Dora was much cunning and greedy. Emma was straightforward, and when Dora sees that the king was at the doorstep, her heart fills with greed that their luck may get changed now. They had spent the whole life alone otherwise. They asked king to come after 1 week from inside home. Then I will show you one of my body parts, and the king thinks as if he got his love. But he was well aware that they were 2 elderly ladies. Their skin also appeared to be very old, but they try much so that their fingers may look young. Dora puts some herbs over her fingers, but it still seemed to be the fingers of old lady, and she starts crying. But on the other had Emma, who had put her finger in the mouth for many days. Her finger was looking quite good, and today the week was surpassed, and king had to visit her, but Dora sews Emma's finger instead of her own. Now king was not able to hold his emotion, and they both knew if kind king had known about this act, he would definitely hang them. She put a bed and says, I will visit the castle at midnight, but there must be darkened out there. All the candle lights should be blown off. King agrees. Now Emma tightens up her body with the glue, so that it may look young girl's body. At the midnight one of the guard from temple comes to pick her, and there was darkness in the palace. And when in the morning he realizes that he spent a night with the old lady, he becomes more angry, and throws Dora out of the castle's window. But Dora survives in jungle, and a magic happens to her, and a witch comes there. As we proceed further, Dora gets changed into a young lady who had long hair. The next day king visits jungle for hunting and falls in love with Dora at first sight. He brings her to his temple and decides to make her queen. Dora never knew that how she turned into young girl, but she remembered her sister Emma. She invites her on her wedding, but Emma was never thinking that her sister has been turned into a young girl, and soon she will become a queen. The dress Dora sends to her sister was very costly. Emma donned the dress and attended her sister's wedding. Dora shared everything with her, and Emma wished she could be young again like her sister. When Emma inquired her that how she became, then she replied in joking way that I dragged my old skin out. But Emma considers it to be truth and visits Iron Smith and promises him to reward necklace and costly dress if he removes her skin. That Iron Smith was more stupid than her. He takes her to jungle and removes all her skin. That was pretty disturbing scene, and she returned in the same situation. It was obvious that she would die, and she dies. On the other hand, Emma's magic doesn't last long. She starts to grow old. When she realizes that she is turning into old, she runs away from there. She returns back to her real age, and becomes the old lady completely, and this story ended up sadly here.